Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. Today we're going to have a lesson from a very familiar part of the Bible, Genesis chapter 1. Along with this lesson though, you will be given a scavenger hunt. You can get this scavenger hunt off of the Orville CMA Awana Group Facebook page, or you can email me at orcmakids@gmail.com and I will email you a copy of it back. This is a picture scavenger hunt. It can be done individually or it can be done as a family. You'll take the pictures and then you'll email them to the orcmakids@gmail.com. We'll be doing this through Friday of this week, and over the weekend I will be taking a look at the pictures and scoring them according to the points on the page. On the scavenger hunt, there are bonus points on some of the lists. However, by watching the video, there will be a few bonus points that aren't given on this list. Let's begin. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that the light was good, and he separated the light from darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. The first two items on your list are light, representing day, and darkness, representing night. And God said, "Let there be a vault between the water to separate water from water." So God made the vault and separated the water under the vault from the water above it. And it was good. God called the vault sky. And there was evening, and there was morning, the second day. The third item on your list is sky, but as a bonus, if you take an additional picture of something in the sky. Now that one's not listed on your paper. And God said, "Let the water under the sky be gathered to one place, and let the dry ground appear." And it was so. God called the dry ground land, and gathered the waters he called sea. And God saw that it was good. So you have dry ground on your list and then gathered water. Now we don't have seas in this area, so you may be able to find another form of gathered water. Then God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants, and trees on the land that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. The land produced vegetation, plants bearing seed according to their kinds, and trees bearing fruit with seed in it according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning on the third day. So God created the vegetation and the plants. On our list from the third day, we have a plant leaf. You can get a bonus point if you submit the smallest one. So I ask that you put a penny beside that. Or if you want to try to submit the biggest list, put a piece of paper beside it. You're only allowed to submit one picture. Also, number 7 is a tree. 8 is a seed. It can come from a flower. It can come from a tree. It can come from a fruit. Be creative in what seed you may find. Number 9 is a fruit, and 10 is a flower. Now for 10 for flowers, I'm asking that you take pictures of as many different color of flowers as you can find. I will accept pink flower and red flower, but not all the different shades in between. Let's go on. And God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the sky to separate the day from night, and let them serve as signs to mark sacred times, and days, and years. And let them be lights in the vault of the sky to give light on earth." And it was so. God made 2 great lights, the greater light to govern the day, and the lesser light to govern the night. He also made the stars. God set them in the vault of the sky to give light on earth, to govern the day and the night, and to separate the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning on the 4th day. So number 11 is light that governs the day, which would be the sun, and light that governs the night is 12, that is the moon, and then 13 is stars. And God said, let the water teem with the living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth and across the vault of the sky. So God created the creatures of the sky. So God created the creatures of the sea and every living thing with which the water teems and that moves about in it, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So number 14 on our list is a feather, and number 15 is a fish. Now these may be a little harder to find, perhaps not, so you may have to get creative in what you use to represent them. Genesis 1:22. God blessed them and said, be fruitful and increase in number, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the birds increase on the earth. God gave the birds and the fish the knowledge to reproduce when he created them. Birds that create nests, lay their eggs, they know how to turn their eggs and how to sit on them and keep them warm until they hatch, and then how to feed their young. That's all knowledge that God gave them, not something that anybody taught them. Number 16 is to find something to represent Genesis 1:22 that we just read. And there was evening and there was morning, the 5th day. And God said, let the land produce living creatures according to their kinds, the livestock, the creatures that move along the ground, and the wild animals according to its kind. And it was so. God made the wild animals according to their kinds, and the livestock according to their kinds, and all the creatures that move along the ground according to their kinds. And God saw that it was good. God saw everything he made was good. Number 17 on our list is to write a list of 10 mammals. You'll receive bonus points if any of the mammals on your list are something that no one else lists. Now, I'm looking for items such as like a dog, not specific breeds, like a poodle or a shepherd. This list also says mammal. Now, the definition of a mammal, if you remember from school, is something that is warm-blooded, has hair, produces milk to feed its young, and gives live birth. Number 18 is a creature that moves along the ground. So have fun out there looking for some bugs or worms or snakes. Probably shouldn't bring these in the house without your parents' permission. Then God said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground. So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. Number 19 on your list is mankind. Now, not listed is you will receive bonus points if the mankind that you take a picture of are those that are participating in this scavenger hunt. So a picture of yourself, if you're doing it by yourself, or of your family, if it's your whole family participating. But God created each one of us in his likeness. God blessed them and said to them, be fruitful and increase in number. Fill the earth and subdue it. Rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and over every living creature that moves along the ground. Then God said, I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of the whole earth and every tree that has fruit with seed in it. They will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth and all the birds in the sky and all the creatures that move along the ground, everything that has breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. Number 20 is 3 items that you ate this week that God gave us for food in Genesis 1:29. Now, In the beginning, God gave fruits and plants, so fruits and vegetables for us to eat. Meat was not on the original diet that God gave to man. God saw that all he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth were completed in all their vast array. By the seventh day, God had finished the work that he was doing. So on the seventh day, he rested from all his work. Then God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it he rested from all the work of creating that he had done. Number 21 is to represent what God did on the seventh day. Now, many times in life, we hear about the Big Bang that created our earth, or about how we evolved from monkeys. Genesis tells us, what we just read, that we were created by God, that the earth was created by God, that the animals and the plants were created by God. I want to talk a little bit about pizza. Pizza is a staple in life that we all have. Now, the traditional pizza has a crust, and then we top it with a tomato sauce, and then we put cheese and other toppings on top of it and put it in the oven and bake it. Well, there's another type of pizza that I like. It's a vegetable pizza. Now, it's made with crescent rolls. Take those and you bake them, and then after that crust is baked, you put a topping that's made with cream cheese and either ranch or dill, and then you top it with fresh chopped vegetables. This is one of my favorite pizzas. Now, for those of you with a sweet tooth, there's a fruit pizza. This is made with a sugar cookie, that big sugar cookie that you bake, and then you top it with a cream cheese and marshmallow fluff sweet sauce, and then top it with fresh fruit. Now, these three pizzas are all very different, but yet very similar in their principles. All these pizzas are made with the crust, then the sauce, then the toppings. That doesn't mean that one came out of the other because of their similar properties. Can you imagine if we put sauce, then crust, then toppings? Try picking it up and having the sauce ooze down through your hands and eat it. That wouldn't work right. Well, people can say that humans come from monkeys because they have similar properties. There's a skeleton structure with a nervous system that runs throughout it, that has a heart and blood vessels that run throughout it, and then it's got skin over top of it. There are many similarities between the monkey and the human. However, they all came from the same creator. Just like pizza works because it has crust, sauce, and toppings, God knows that having a skeleton structure for a base works in animals. It also works for humans. We have similar structures because we have the same creator, not because we came out of monkeys. Just a thought for the day. Thank you for joining me, and enjoy your scavenger hunt.